Hey everybody, this is Kennedy Hawk from the Marvel Champions Monthly Podcast team. As you guys might know, Doctor Strange is shipping for a lot of people. I got my pack from the UK shipment that came out a long time ago, but I've got my local store one coming in this week, and I'm going to play a ton of protection games, just trying out all the new cards. So if you guys are getting this new pack, today I'm going to be playing a Protection She-Hulk deck that focuses on using Momentum Shift and using Counterpunch and Superhuman Strength to try to keep the villain stunned. So, just shuffling our deck up really good. We're going to draw our opening 6 cards, and we'll make way. All right, what is in our opening 6 cards? Nothing great. I mean, we don't really want to Gamma Slam this early. I'm going to pitch these everything but Armored Vest. We need to set up ramp, not focus on other things like that. Okay, so this isn't too bad. So what we could do is we could pay 1, 2, 3 for Helicarrier. Use Helicarrier to play Superhuman Law Division. Use that with Armored Vest to remove 2 threat from the main scheme. We'll flip Punching Rhino for 2. His little stand is not functional today for 2. I'll put this down here so you guys can see what he's at. And then She-Hulk will thwart away this Breaking and Taken because we just can't sustain extra encounter cards for that long. We only get 4 cards here, which kind of stinks, but we'll make do with what we can. Next, Rhino will go. He'll get a threat. He is going to attack us. We're not going to defend, so he attacks for 5. Sounds great. We get 1 card, which is 9 tough. He's going to get a tough status token, which we'll use the Team Covenant ones for that. And it's our go. So we are going to reduce the cost by 1 and pay 3 for Nick Fury, who will come in and draw us 3 cards. We will then pay 2 for Superhuman Strength. She-Hulk is going to thwart 1 and flip. Is she? Is she really? That's boring. Nick Fury is going to hit for 2. I hate doing that, but we got to get more cards. So I guess Nick Fury technically stays out here. There is no way for Rhino to attack me, so he's not going to really get to do anything, but that's okay. We're drawing 6 cards. We got a Superhuman Strength. We might draw into a Counterpunch here, which would be great for 2 turns from now. Not quite yet, but we do have a split personality. I'm excited about that. So he's going to scheme. We're going to object, or threat, auto threat. We object. He gets nothing. Then he schemes. This is what I'm trying to say. So he's going to scheme for 2. Bingo bango. We get an encounter card. It is hard to keep down, so he's going to heal right back up to full. But it's like we're starting the game over maybe with slightly less health, but with a really good opening board setup. So let's see what we can do with that. Not sure what we want to do. Well, we want to flip. That'll hit tough off of him. Tough may already have been off of him. Sorry, I may have messed that up. I'm going to pay 1 for Clea, because she's a good thwarter, so we'll let her do some thwarting action. Then I'm going to pay 3 for Split Personality, so we'll flip back, and draw 6 cards. Just going through our deck as fast as we can. All right, so let's play some stuff here. Let's play an Energy Barrier. Let's use 2 of these to play a Focused Rage. Energy Barrier is going to come in with 3 tokens on it. Things are looking really good now. The last card in our hand is a Counterpunch. We don't really need a Superhuman Law Division. We will heal to full health. So now we're both at full health. We've got a mighty advanced board compared to what Rhino's got. So we're going to draw up to 6. Okay. Rhino's turn. He is going to get a threat. We're going to object. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. It's a big scheme. And he's hopefully not going to give us advance. He's going to give us a Caught Off Guard. And I guess this Superhuman Law Division is going to have to go bye-bye. So, it is our go. While we do not have a Superhuman Law Division, we do have the ability to flip and ping Rhino for 2, down to 13. We can take a damage and draw a card with Focused Rage. Ground Stomp, lovely. We can pay 3 for another Focused Rage, taking another damage, drawing another card. We can pay 3 for Hellcat, who's going to thwart for 2. Clea's going to also thwart for 1. So we'll remove 3 threat and shuffle Clea into her deck. She's just going to get drawn this turn, most likely. I guess I'm going to keep 1 card in my hand, so potentially not, but most likely. And that is that. So that was our turn. We have these 2 Focused Rages out. I don't know why I'm trying to shuffle them into my deck. They were just used this turn. I guess I do still have She-Hulk's base ability, so we will thwart just to keep that threat low. Alright, so we are drawing 3 cards. Hopefully Clea is one of them. She is. Rhino is going to get a threat. He's going to attack us. We'll defend. So he's attacking for 3. We'll reflect 1 back at him, so we take none, he takes 1. And then we'll do our combo here. We've got a counterpunch and a superhuman strength out, so he takes 5 more, going down to 7. And he becomes stunned. Even better. We get 1 of these cards. It is a Hydra Bomber. We will choose to take 2 damage. And that was Rhino's turn. So, let's play Clea with a Power of Protection. These are our promo cards. They finally came in, so we're shipping out those prizes from December. Way too long. So yeah, Clea's out. I'm going to take 2 damage and draw 2 cards. So I draw 1 card, I get an encounter card, and then I shuffle. So my cards right now are 1-2 Punch and Legal Practice, neither of which is super enticing. So see what we can do with this. Our last card is Mockingbird. Now that's an enticing card. So we'll pay 3 using Helicarrier for Mockingbird. I guess he is already stunned, so again, we're wasting Mockingbird. What can you do? These 2 are going to attack the Hydra Bomber, get him out of there. And I guess we just sit. We don't need to flip yet. He's stunned. We've got plenty to do. You know what? We will flip. And Hellcat will take 1 extra damage to thwart this to 0. That feels legit. Let's get 6 cards. We're looking for our Game Slam. We don't need to heal, but with I Object, we have a lot of freedom to flip when we feel like it. So, bad guy's turn. He's going to get a threat. We're going to object it. He's going to scheme for 1, so he will get 1 threat. We have 2 encounter cards to deal with. So the first one is Sandman, who's going to come out with a tough token. Second one is False Alarm, so we're going to become confused. That could be kind of annoying, but good thing we got all these allies out here to deal with threat for us. And he is still stunned, so power to us. Let's flip. We'll do our 2 damage to Sandman, because we're going to want to get rid of that guy. We will take 2 damage and draw 2 cards. Let's pay 2 for another Energy Barrier. Energy Barriers are really good. There's no reason to not have 3 out if we can get them. Let's pay 2 for a Superhuman Strength and pay 1 for an Armored Vest. Look at all this stuff we got out here now. So She-Hulk can attack and kill Sandman. It will burn a Superhuman Strength, but I'm okay with that for now. Mockingbird and Clea. So Clea will thwart. Mockingbird will attack for 1. Clea is going to get shuffled into my deck. And Hellcat's going to chill, because I'm going to return her to my hand before I use her ability. So shuffling Clea into my deck. Clea requires a lot of shuffling on camera. Maybe I shouldn't run her. We go back to Bad Guy's turn. We are confused, so we're going to have to clear that eventually, but potentially not if we just use Hellcat. We've got 4 cards. We've got Genius, Counterpunch, Power Protection, and Gamma Slam. Things are looking pretty good. We'll see what happens on Rhino's turn. So he's going to get a threat. He's going to attack us for 3 plus something. We've got a Counterpunch, so we're going to defend. We've got 3 defense. He hits us for 3, so we take no damage. We will Counterpunch to hit him back for 3. Oh, he's not attacking. My bad. He's stunned. We didn't know that. Instead, he just becomes tough. Annoying, 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 I know. And it becomes our turn. Wowzers, let's take 2 damage. Draw a card. It's a ground stomp. Let's need to find a way to clear that tough. I guess Mockingbird can clear tough. Oops, there goes a damage token. Gosh. I mean, I may as well just Gamma Slam, right? So let's pay 4 for a Gamma Slam. We've taken enough damage that this is going to pop him to the next phase. He'll go to 16 hit points. We are going to become stunned, so now we are stunned and confused, and he is tough, which is super annoying. We will probably attack to clear stunned, and then flip. Getting ready for the next turn. So I'm going to discard this counter punch because there's better things in my deck, and I want 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Bad guy's turn. He's going to get a threat. We're going to object. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. That's a bad number. And we get an encounter card. It is Master Plan. We are looking for a side scheme. It is the next card, so that is cool. But it means we need to do a lot of thwarting to get at Rhino. So at this point, I almost think it's worthwhile to heal. So we're going to do that because our Gamma Stomp is in our deck, or in our discard pile. It's going to take us a while. We could use some breathing room. We're going to flip. When we flip, we'll get rid of this tough. We are going to take 2 damage and draw 2 cards. So we're down to 8. We drew a Ground Stomp and an Indomitable. So we got a ton of stuff in our hands. We've got Indomitable, Ground Stomp, 2 1/2 punches, Clea, Nick Fury, Avengers Mansion, Unflappable. So I think I'm going to use Helicarrier and these 1, 2, 3 to play Nick Fury, drawing 3 cards. We'll have Nick Fury thwart away crowd control, which is always good. Take a consequential damage. I think we're going to bounce Hellcat to hand and then replay her for 1, 2, 3 with an Avengers Mansion. So she's back out there. She can thwart for another 2. Let's just get this side scheme under, this main scheme under control. She'll take a damage. We've also got Clea and a power protection, so she can thwart 1 more. Let's just use our allies to thwart, apparently, because that's all we can do. We're going to ready everything up and get ready for Rhino's big attack. So we have 2 copies of 1/2 punch. If we defend, we're not going to be able to use those, but we can use Nick Fury to defend this turn, so we're going to keep him in hand. Because we could potentially just hit for 9, see how far down he goes. So he's going to get a threat. He's going to attack. Nick Fury's going to block, so Nick Fury gets hit for 5. That's what he's there for. We get 1 card. It is a Mercenary, guard minion, super annoying. Good thing we can 1/2 punch. So take 2 damage, draw 2 cards. She-Hulk specialty. We are going to attack this Hydra Mercenary. We will use Helicarrier before that and play 1/2 punch to ready. He's got 16. We're going to play a 3rd energy barrier. So energy barrier's up the butt. Means we can reflect 3 damage back at him per attack. That's pretty dang good. We're going to attack him for 3 again, hitting him down to 13. We'll play 1/2 punch again. Hit him down 3 more. Hellcat's going to thwart. Clea's going to attack and get shuffled into my deck. So Big Boss goes down to 9. We're out of things to do, so we can ready. I need to shuffle Clea in, and I have an Endurance in my hand. There are 5 cards left in my deck, so I can discard the Endurance to make it so I'm more sure that I'll hit Clea. But with 2 Focused Rage, we're pretty sure anyway. I'm going to discard the Endurance, though. So we're drawing 4 cards. We did get a Clea. We got a Split Personality, too, which could be really good. So, bad guy's turn. He is going to get a threat. He's going to attack us for 4. I don't think we're even going to defend. So 4, 5. We can reflect 3 with Energy Barrier. So he takes 3. He's attacking with 5, so we take 2. Maybe we should have defended. And we get a hazard card, Shadows of the Past. Well, we have nothing to cancel that. We didn't bring anything in our deck, so finally some bad things are happening. Titania's going to come out, and this thing. So when revealed, place 1 additional threat here. So there's going to be 4 threat on this Crisis side scheme, and Titania has 6 attack, so luckily Rhino's only at 6 damage. We can probably kill him this turn. We've got 4 on the board right now. We'll see what else we get from our hand. I think we have 5 because we have Clea in hand. Yeah, we can just do it this way. So we can play Momentum Shift. We'll heal 2. Wrong way. Heal 2 to 6. He'll deal 2 to Rhino. 3, 4, bingo bango. She-Hulk Hellcat took down the Rhino. All right, let's take a look at this She-Hulk deck really quick. Just wanted to walk you guys through what cards I put in there. So we've got Jennifer Walters, obviously. She can object, 1 less threat placed on the scheme. And we have She-Hulk, who deals 2 damage when she flips to the side. So we've got our 3 energy resources, always good to include. I have some, bread and butter cards that I always put in. So I like Endurance on her. She's got that Gamma Slam that can hit for 15, but only if you can sustain 15 damage. This is a way to do that. We've got Avengers Mansion and Helicarrier, more ramp sort of stuff over here. And then I'm going to put my allies over here. So Nick Fury and Mockingbird, just all around good. Lots of stun. I'm going to put allies in this row and things that can stun over here so you can see what's going on. I've got 2 copies of Power Protection. That might be an odd choice. Not a lot of people run Power Protection, but I think with the Doctor Strange cards and with some of the cards that have come in the other expansion packs, that card has become a lot more powerful. So first up, Clea. Clea is great. She costs 2. She's a free thwart that you can shuffle back into your deck. Allies are always good for chump blocking, so I even just play her to thwart twice, just slowly mitigate the threat. I really like Clea. The ability to always have an ally and know if there's an ally in your deck, in your hand, or on the board feels really good. Also works great with Power Protection. 1 card gets Clea out. I have 3 copies of Energy Barrier, so this card is really good and is a staple in She-Hulk decks. I think it's a staple in almost all protection decks because it's just so much value added. Got 1 copy of Armored Vest. So with She-Hulk's 2 defense, I can get to 3 defense. If I have all 3 of these out, I can get to 6 damage mitigation, which is crazy and really good with another card from Doctor Strange's pack, Unflappable. After you defend against an attack and take no damage, exhaust Unflappable to draw 1 card. We didn't get to do it in this game, but in some of my test games, I've drawn a ton of cards for She-Hulk this way. Your hand size becomes a lot bigger. Since we are exhausting to defend, I put in 2 copies of Indomitable. Just makes sense to me. 1 copy of Med Team and 1 copy of Momentum Shift. These 2 are a mix and match for me. I like to have cards that let me get She-Hulk to the optimal amount of damage sustained. I also like that Momentum Shift, even though it costs 2, works great with Power Protection and is a good way to clear stun and She-Hulk. There aren't a ton of attacks in Protection, and this is one way that you can do that. She-Hulk's deck herself only has 1 attack, which is Gamma Slam. Everything else requires her basic attack. For the same reason, I put in 2 more copies of Tackle, so here's 2 more sources of stun. And then here's our real big power combo. We've got 3 copies of Counterpunch. So when we defend to get all this goodness going, we get to still deal our damage. And She-Hulk's deck comes with 2 copies of Superhuman Strength. So you can use this to Counterpunch for 5 and stunned. That makes your Counterpunch mad value, so I love it. Hellcat, we're going to talk about the end. I think she's a really good card that gets ignored a lot. We've got our Gamma Slam, which is included in every deck. I've used it a couple times, can work really well. With Energy Barrier, you can get yourself down to like just the right amount of damage, which I really like. 2 copies of Ground Stomp, pretty much deck fodder for me. We've got Legal Practice and Superhuman Law Division. These are our only sources of thwarting outside of our allies. So right now we've got 3 allies over there, 4 allies if you include Hellcat. So you really need to count on those cards to thwart a little bit. As you saw in our game, we got a little overwhelmed with thwart at one point. We've got Split Personality, all-around great card. Focused Rage, you guys saw that take action, and 1-2 Punch. So a lot of times what I like to do is try to 1-2 Punch, then play Superhuman Strength so I can get it off with my counterattack. I'd rather soak that first attack with the defense, then stun him, so I basically negated 2 attacks with 1 little combo there. So this is my She-Hulk protection deck. If you want to check out the deck list, the Marvel CDB link is in the YouTube comments or description below. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out our podcast. Our website is marvelchampionsmonthly.podbean.com. Thanks, and get excited for Doctor Strange.